Hey guys. Mm, Hey, you're first. Usually it's Levin. Hey, it's nice to see you here. Hey Mara, thank you. Hey Truth. How's everybody's night going? Just getting my paperwork. Can you guys hear me good? Yeah, a lot. There's a lot going on. YouTube's a buzz today. Yeah. Hi Scotty. Hey Blanca. It's funny because when I read your name, I always think it says Bianca, and I always say that, and then I'm like, no, Blanca. Just wait for a few more people to come in. That sounds good. Hi. Hopefully, we get a lot of people in today. We're going to talk a lot of stuff. Facts and hearsay. We're going to differentiate, right? What's this? I'm going to try something. Hold on, guys. Okay, that didn't work out too good. My service is just way too bad to share stuff. Yeah, we're just starting. Just waiting for a few more people to come in. So I don't have to repeat myself. Hi, baby. I saw six up. Should be here. Talia, six up. Hey, guys. You didn't miss anything yet. Hey, Felicia. Yeah, usually people come in like midway, and it's kind of unfortunate because then they miss like half of it, but I guess they can go back, you know. So, so yeah, I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, and the first thing was facts and hearsay. So we all know hearsay is not facts, you know, and I recently watched a video where um, somebody had, you know what, let me see if I can find the recording. Hold on one second. Hold on, I'm going to mute for 1 second. Okay, I found it. Hey, Scott, how are you? So yeah, I just want you to remember when you hear this recording, this is Andra, Bullhorn Betty. And when you hear this recording, just remember that hearsay is not fact, okay? So I'm going to play this video, and you guys let me know what you think. 1 second. Hold on.
Depending on what you're looking for. What evidence have I found? Have I found evidence of child abuse? Yep. Have I found out evidence of him smoking marijuana with his child at the age of 11? Yep. Have I found the evidence of him beating his sons? Yep. Have I found evidence of child neglect? Child endangerment? Yep. Have I found, which proof of murder? I never said he murdered anybody. Never said he murdered anybody. He's responsible for her death. At least Candace is.
So evidence is fact, right? Bullhorn Betty. It's a recording from YouTube. Yeah. She has all this evidence. Where'd she get this evidence from? That he was smoking weed with his son. Is that evidence? Like, did you witness it? You know? Or have it on camera? Yeah, I mean, there's evidence for neglect because of, the CPS case. Hey, Joy. It's things that they say, and it's called hearsay. It's not evidence, And I'm about 99% sure that Dudley told her those things at dinner that night. Right? She was stating all that like it was fact. If she has all the evidence, I hope she turned it into TBI or turned it in an arrest on, right? Hi, welcome, Frosty. I knew everybody was going to come in after that recording. Yeah, Joy. Hi. Yeah, he did. You guys seen the video? Exactly, Mara. I'm going to pin this. Yes, Joy, happy birthday. Oh, and before I get into everything else, I want to say thank you to, if Scott H is still here, thank you for this, the Cash App the other day. I mentioned you in my last live, but you weren't here, I don't think. And I want to thank Italia, too, for the Cash App. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Oh, okay, you want me to play it again? Okay, hold on 1 second. Everybody's coming in late. Let me find it. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm going to play it again. Hold on.
Depending on what you're looking for. What evidence have I found? Have I found evidence of child abuse? Yep. Have I found out evidence of him smoking marijuana with his child at the age of 11? Yep. Have I found the evidence of him beating his sons? Yep. Have I found evidence of child neglect? Child endangerment? Yep. Have I found, which proof of murder? I never said he murdered anybody.
Yeah, so most of that we heard in the interview with Dudley and Sweetie Pie Low, remember? You guys remember? Frosty. Yeah, so a lot of this is hearsay. It's things that we've heard. I mean, she's saying she found this evidence. She didn't find it. She heard it. And we know who she heard it from, right? So that was my whole point of hearsay and fact. And I want to get into something. But first, I wanted to know if you guys had read the newest article. Let me get it. So I'm gonna put this link in in the description. Actually, let me put it in the hold on one second. I'm gonna put it right in the chat. Okay, this link right here is what I'm about to read you guys. Okay. Okay, so this is WKBN First News, and this is Hawkins County, Tennessee. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, search warrants executed, potential digital evidence collected in search for Summer Wells. So I'll leave the link there. I will read you a part of it. Let's get to one part. Okay. It says this article is wonky. Hold on one second. So it says the TBI also stated they have executed multiple search warrants and have collected potential digital evidence. The area where Summer went missing is extremely rural with few businesses. All available surveillance photos and videos have been collected and reviewed. Additionally, neighborhood canvasses were conducted in an effort to make sure we didn't miss any residential cameras. While we do not discuss specifics about evidence gathered in an ongoing investigation, we can tell you that numerous search warrants have been executed and any potential digital evidence has been collected. This includes social media accounts. And this, when did this come out? This came out like yesterday. So I put the link in there for you. No, I'm not Ziggy. Nope. She should be live tonight, hopefully. Send you a clip to play. Let me check. Hold on one second. So we may have another clip for you guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I was going to play this too later. Okay, I'm going to play this for you guys right now. Hold on. This is Lauren Betty snitching on Molly, go lightly, leaked voicemail. And this is a voicemail to Don, so Don actually leaked this voicemail.
Don, it's Lauren Betty again. Just wanted to discuss to find out what claim you made to the police. I have a funny feeling, Marissa said she apologized to you and we're fine, and I'm just trying to find out why you are, I'm pissed. Why are you putting my name on a police affidavit, which is a complete and utter fabrication of the truth? Nobody stepped foot on that property but Marissa. Why are you mentioning Olivia's name, Jonathan's name, or my name in a police affidavit when we did nothing but stand on public property? Where's your daughter, Don? I mean, you asked for help, you wanted to meet us, you were willing to meet us. What happened? Please call me back.
All right, so that was the leaked voicemail from Don. Well, it's from Lauren Betty, but it's from Don. Let me see if I have anything else, and then we'll start. Hey, I plead the fifth. I'm just looking for something. Oh, sure. Truth. Let me mute for a second. I don't want to play anything that I'm not supposed to play. Hold on. Okay, I don't have the video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys a link to Truth for All, and he has most of these videos that, if you want to see them. I'll drop his link. Let me just get to him. Shoot, sorry. Jeez. Okay. Let's get over here. All right. There's his link there. Okay, so hearsay. There's a lot of hearsay in this case, not a lot of facts. So I want to ask you guys, we'll do kind of like a thing where I ask you, I'll name a person and then you can tell me if, what they have said that's hearsay and they've put it out as fact. So let's talk about Don. And I know what you guys are going to say already. So hearsay is not fact. So what is hearsay that he has said? We'll start with hearsay first. Hey. Hi. Oops. I understand what Molly did is wrong and she should be held accountable, but Don and Candace are going to do whatever it takes to keep the heat off them. I'm sorry, but my opinion Don and Candace did do it. Yeah, definitely. All opinions are welcome here, and anybody who is going to bash somebody else on this channel, you're out. You know, we don't do that here. All opinions are welcome. I believe they're guilty. They mean you get to hunt them. Well, I don't understand what that says. I believe they're guilty. Don't mean you get to hurt them. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. 7 alibis. Yep, hearsay. Right, that's hearsay because we don't know. It's not a fact, right? Okay, we'll see you in a few. I think Don and Candace have something to do with it too. I just think the protesters went about this the wrong way. Yeah. Well, I have clip channel. Don heard there were pedos in the area was hearsay. There are though, so that might. I mean, he did say it is hearsay, but it also is a fact too. Because at first, like, nobody really believed it until they looked it up. So Don said he was at work all day, not verified. So that's hearsay. Yeah, because we never seen the evidence. We just know what we heard, right? We're talking about facts and hearsay, lady. Okay, lady? The red truck, right? Hearsay. Okay, now, what are some facts? Can you guys name any facts that Don has said? It's kind of like make this into a game. Oh God, are we trying to decipher truth versus rumor? This is going to be hard. No, we did truth and rumor the other day. Now we're doing facts and hearsay. Like what, we're trying to differentiate them. Summer went missing June 15th. Don thought he was in the clear with Summer, but Chris M. messed that up with S8 assistance. Don fact that he don't know Summer's birthday. You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me now? Okay. There's a dog trail. Well, facts that Don has said. Not many, right? Okay, so we have a verified trip to Walgreens Hippie House. Okay, so, all right, we'll jump over to Candace. So, Candace, that would be a fact for Candace, Lady CG, that she went to Walgreens Hippie House. So she said those things, but they were fact. So he has worked in drywall. So we'll stay on Don and Candace. Fact, he worked for Chucker Drywall. Oh, that Don said? Don's all lies, little truth. You're doing laundry? Okay. Yeah, so there's not many things that they have said. Okay, we'll get into the good stuff now. So, H. What has he said that's either fact or hearsay? And you can put hearsay, this, and fact that. You can, a hard time believing anything the parents have said if it's not been verified. Right. And not much has been verified, except for like where he works, what church they go to. We don't even really know what time Summer went missing. Like, that whole timeline's messed up. Andy is a drug dealer. Yep, that's hearsay. Well, that's fact. They smoke and drink. Fact. Fact, he was with Candace. Yep. Hearsay. Yeah, because it's never actually really been verified by anybody, right? Has it been verified by anybody that he actually is a drug dealer? It's all hearsay, right? Hearsay, Summer was awake. He couldn't date Candace because she has a husband. H. Andy's too young. Dudley is a snitch. That's a fact. All right, we're just going for all the characters now. So I have Don, Candace, Jody, Sue, Hunter, Allie, Leslie, Dudley. Go at it. Everybody in the game. Facts and hearsay. Fact. H went with them that day, right? Fact that Hunter said Candace picked him up that morning. Is there more than one Andy that lives in Beach Creek? Ooh, that reminds me. I have to show you guys something, but I'll do it later. It's another article. I'm not sure. H said he got out of the water, hearsay. Oh, crap. Okay. Is someone who sells something here and there to a friend a drug dealer? Andy admitted to selling them weed. Yeah, that's a drug dealer. Kind of is. I agree. Definitely. Fact, they went to the swimming hole. Yeah, everybody, there's so many, like, yeah. Those are like 3 Candaces, couple Andys, a few Dons, even the neighbor's name, and his son is Don and Donald. Hearsay, she was in the basement, right? Yep. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, sorry. I have a lot going on in my house right now. It was not a good time to go live, but it's okay. Yeah, so it's really hard to tell the facts. But, there's a lot of people throwing around facts or hearsay as facts, and it's just confusing everybody, right? Also want to see Summer live. Mattress is disgusting. Okay, so let me grab this article. Let me find it real quick. Hold on. I should have everything where it needs to be. Sorry, guys. Summer sat on a pillow. It's hearsay. They have way too many dogs, yeah. Let's see if I can find this article. Because I put things places, and then like a whole bunch of other stuff gets built up on it. Let me just copy. Okay, I'll put this link in there too. So, okay. So the neighbor, I don't know if you guys had watched the video where the protesters were on Ben Hill Road, and there was a neighbor that came and told them that they needed to leave. Do you guys remember that? And I believe his name was Donald. You guys are writing things I don't even know. Okay, yes. Okay. So Donald has a son, and this article is from May 20th, 2021. His name is Donald. I'll put the link in the comments after I'm done. But it says arrest came after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reported child pornography being uploaded to the internet from a residence in Sullivan County. Now, this guy, it's not loading the article, but this guy is the son of that neighbor. He's 28, and he was charged with 4 counts of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, according to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Now, I'm going to drop this link so that you guys can see it. A lot of moving around because I'm using my phone to drop the links because I can't get it from StreamYard. So yeah, there's the link. Let's see what Levitt has to say. Okay. My computer keeps raising up. We were just talking about this in Discord. Facts. Chris Marcos, Candace's cousin, living with them multiple states in SA offender. He's an SA offender. Left a week before Summer went missing. Do we know that for a fact, though? Like, do we have proof of that? Fact, Rose Bly was there 2 days before, then came back 2 days after Summer went. Rose Bly was there 2 days before. Are you talking about missing? I thought she went before Summer went missing. Oh, Rose. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. He meant Rosemeyer. Yeah, he meant Rosemeyer, guys. Sorry. But the first part, was he living there? Like, is that a fact? Because if that's a fact, that's huge. You know, I don't think I've heard of that. That's okay, 11. I agree. Dog's tails look chopped, bopped. Hopefully, cut his pups. Otherwise, it's completely cruelty. Yeah. You know, I hope not. J Dobbs bought land nearby, right? Don's been on more YouTube channels talking about God than Summer. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys had watched Scott H today. He was actually going over this is kind of another thing that's, you know, goes along the lines of fact and hearsay, kind of. And it's kind of more like discrepancies as well. Because if you realize every time somebody interviews Dudley, his story gets a little bit different. Am I right? Wow, I didn't know he lived there. Well, I'm sure the police know by now, right? Yeah, it is huge if he did. Okay, you heard it, Blanca? IP address of the suspect came back to a residence in Bluntville. Bluntville is a good 45 minutes from Beach Creek. Jackie Dobbs was only there for like 6 hours, and Jody Sue and Andy ran him off. Yeah, see, like, this is why everybody gets so confused, because we hear all these different things, and do we know for a fact what's real and what's not? You know what I mean? Did Candace see Jody Sue 4:30 at the end of the driveway? Candace was leaving in the truck looking for Summer. That's what Candace said. It's hearsay. I mean, it could be facts, but that doesn't go along with what everybody else is saying. You know what I mean? And there's things that Jody Sewers is saying that doesn't go along with what everybody else is saying as well. So it's like, it's pretty much all hearsay, except for like what we actually really know. That's public information. But didn't call 911 for 2 hours? Exactly. If that's true, what she's saying, which she did say it on PG's channel. I don't know if you guys watched that interview, but if that's true, she didn't report her for 2 hours. Yeah, that's a lot of hearsay. I will get the proofs on my facts going through my YouTube notebook to go. Okay. I was just asking because I didn't know if it was hearsay or fact. Because when you say a fact, usually you have like a receipt, you know, like a source, like, you know, the police said it or TBI said it or something like that. That's all I meant. Someone turns tables on Don. Hey, Donnie boy, why should God be proud of you? Why has Don done? Right? Okay, back to Scott H. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place today, and it's just, I feel like I'm going crazy right now because there's a lot going on in my house, and then I had planned this live, and I planned to go slower, and now I'm rushing a little bit, so I'm very sorry, guys. So yes, I caught Scott H's replay. His guest, can't remember her name, and Hun did a good job breaking down some of that. Yeah. So I wanted to go over a couple. If you guys had watched all of his interviews, I don't know if you guys have or not. I think Jody Sue and Candace did something together. Did Jody Sue say she was sleeping when she heard the scream? I don't think she was sleeping. I think she was just in the house. Why would Don address be 110 Van Hill Road on DV papers? That might be a mistake, maybe an error. Papers filed by Candace. Yeah, that might be a mistake, like just a typo. I agree with you. I write down what the interviews have said. I have notes, timestamps, but I love how you are doing this. You bring up a good point, though. I'll critical thinker. Thanks, love it. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, do you guys have, okay, question. Have you guys watched the Sweetie Pie Low interview with Dudley? The first interview. I saw Candace. Okay, no. Okay, so this is pretty much for everybody who has seen both interviews. So there was the Sweetie Pie Low, there was Jay for Justice, and then there was, which I didn't watch the third one. It was with Molly and that whole team of protesters. Okay. So you guys have watched like pretty much all of them, right? And you can name some changes in the story. Okay, so like I'll go first. Like for example, let me see what I have here. So at first he said when Don was on the phone, I believe the first time he said toilet, and then the second time he said bathtub. You know, it's little things like that, but it's like, I'm going to get to the point of this. Okay? So can you guys think of any from Dudley's interviews, anytime he changed any part of the story? Okay, I have another one. He said his wife has been up there 2 times in the first interview. In the second one, he said, I believe it was 1 time, he said in one of the other ones, how much he was owed, right? He changed the story on how much he was owed. Yep, I have that one too. The Subaru being repoed. That's okay. Hey. Hey, Amber. Yep, the Subaru. So if it was repoed, if the car was repoed after summer, how would he know? Or was it, or did he say it was repoed before? You know what I mean? Like, he's saying that the car was repoed. J. Marie, I believe Dudley. If Don uses rancid mud, Don is bad. Imagine having mold in the house. Oh, we're just going over discrepancies in his story. He didn't change this, but it's very interesting that he went from being a business owner down to a worker. Yeah. How long he worked with D. Right. And I mean, pretty much the guy had one story to stick to, you know what I mean? And he just put these the details, the very little details that he did give, he changed them each time, just a little bit. So what does that tell you? Well, we're talking about in Dudley's case. Dudley is saying that he's seen these things, he witnessed these things. He said with Jay that his friends told him. Yeah. And then yep. They're still driving the red Subaru, aren't they? I saw it yeah, they're still driving it. So for him to be telling the story and telling it to many different people and just changing little things here and there, what do you think's going on here? You know? Obviously, he is upset with Don because Don fired him, you know? And I believe there is some truth to what he's saying, but we don't know which is the truth because he keeps changing the story, you know? And I don't know if I believe somebody who can make serious accusations if they can't even keep their story straight. He got paid because he's saying he didn't get paid. He tells people, yeah, or do you mean like about how much he got paid? That's what he lied about. I mean, I don't know if I find him credible at all. If he's going to change his story. I think the thing is, if he hadn't changed his story so much and he hadn't brought the protesters to where Don's workplace was, I believe that I would believe him. The truth does not change exactly. You know what I mean? And we have all these discrepancies in his story. When you're telling the truth, you don't tell it in 5 different ways. You know what I mean? I thought he said Don owed him $2,300, then gave him $3. So he still owed him $18, right? That's what he said one of the times. He wants it on Netflix. Don forced him out, I thought, to defend him. I guess not. I mean, yeah, Don opened this door, and he really shouldn't have. Because, I mean, who's going to listen to, you know, we did listen to him. You know, we took what he said as fact. But then he did another interview and changed up his story. Then he did another one and changed it up again. And it's like here, look. See what I mean? Then 18 and he got 300. This guy is telling half truths. So do you believe, you know, what he's when there's little things that he's lying about, I think he's actually lying about the entire thing. And that's just my opinion. And I know everybody has their own opinions. And I value that here on my channel. And I'm just saying that, if somebody's going to tell the stupidest little lie and change the stupidest little detail, what are you going to do, You're not going to believe them. Prayer Garden of America was on the phone the day Dudley showed up for work, if we believe Prayer Garden. She was on the phone the day Dudley showed up for work. Wouldn't that be after Summer was missing? Right? So everybody lies. Just everybody. It's just ridiculous. And that's the thing. Like, he knows a lot of things that happened after Summer went missing. But didn't Don fire him the day before? What day was Dudley fired? Exactly, Sheila. Sorry. Bit my tongue. Exactly, Sheila. The 14th. Right, guys? The day before. So how does he know everything that happened after? Mm-hmm. 14th. You don't know shit. You know what I mean? He's telling people he does in these private interviews and stuff. I believed him at first. And I'm, a little embarrassed to say I did, but I did. The 14th, yeah. So I don't understand that. And something else. He said Monday. Yep. He watched all these podcasts for 6 months and got clean. Is Dudley employed by another house builder in the same neighborhood, or he got blackballed and that's why he's going after Don? I think that's it. And, people who tell too many details and then can't remember those details, they're liars. You know what I mean? Like these little details, like, oh, he sat on a toilet. Oh, he sat on the bathtub, but I thought you said he sat on the toilet. You know what I mean? Or the Subaru was repoed. Where was the Subaru ever repoed? All eyes have been on these parents for months. Didn't he go to Don's house after she went missing to pick up his pay? No, I think Don went to him. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Craziness. He's going after Don because Don fired him and put his name in the mess as someone who took Summer. That is why. Yep. Yeah, see this? It's like a mix-up because Dudley says one thing, then he says another, then Don said something, then he says another. I've heard that Don went to Dudley's house. I've heard Dudley went to Don's, or Don went to Dudley's, dropped off the money. I've heard Dudley went to Don's house, picked up the money. So, I don't know. It's all hearsay, right? We don't know nothing. But people take these words and they say that it's evidence or they say that it's fact. This isn't evidence. This isn't facts. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I'm wondering about the 14th business. Wouldn't law enforcement have verified the timestamp of the swimming video and milk jug video picture already? Yes. And I don't know if you were here when I read the article, but I did put the link in the chat. I'm going to actually put it in my description after this. But there was an article that came out that they executed search warrants for possible evidence in the videos and stuff like that, electronics. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, he said his wife went with him. But if you remember in the first video or in the first interview, he said that Don came to his house. Or one of the I don't even know, because he's done how many? 4, right? I would also be mad as hell if someone fired me and then blamed me on taking their child. Don Wells has brought so many into this war. It's Don's fault. Yeah. He did. He brought him into this. We weren't even thinking about Dudley, right? He said he went to Don's house to get his pay. Yeah, I mean, they definitely do. Because they were with her, you know? So many suspicious factors. Many law enforcement could clear up. Even the fact that law enforcement says so little gets me wondering that much more. Why? Exactly. And they don't say anything. They just put out like a little tidbit yesterday, you know? And that's pretty much all they do. And that gives me hope that, you know, they're working on this case and they've said it. There's a lot of things that they're watching right now. It's a game to them. I wish Don would realize we're a 5-year-old little girl missing for 7 months. It's time to come clean. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I'm going to put the articles and, you know, everything that I had, I'm going to put it in the description afterwards. So if you want to watch that, or you can rewind if you want to. I hope law enforcement and TBI know more. Maybe they have more evidence and aren't saying at this point. I believe so. Definitely. Didn't Dudley say he had his neighbor record when Don came because he didn't trust him? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's told 2 different stories. He said nothing happened, but he had his neighbor record it when Don came by. Why don't Don have any long-term friends, right? Why don't Candace have any long-term friends? That should tell us enough right there on how they treat people. Mm-hmm. Oh, and speaking of little details. Remember when in Chris McDonough, and this was in the same interview, she said that, who remembers when she said summer gets really cold? And then she said that's why she put the thing on her. But in the beginning, she said that summer gets really hot. That's why she put the swimsuit on her. But then on the way home, she said she gets really cold. So I rolled up the windows and, I put the jumpsuit on her, or the tracksuit. Those are two totally different things, And when you do something when you say something like that, people notice. And that you just lose credibility, I mean, I don't want to say it because I don't know. Don and Candace could be guilty. They can be innocent. This could have been an accident. We don't know because there's so many discrepancies in their stories that you think it's so, you think of it so that you have to think that there's something going on. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's crazy. So I have the link pinned to the top if anybody wants to come up and talk about anything that we discussed today in this live. 911 calls are not released to the public, and there's a bunch of missing time. Yeah, definitely. Love critical thinking. It's what drives me. I research, then my mind runs on your mind. Yep. I'm like the same way. Definitely. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. There are stories changing and not matching with each other's, and the little details. I mean, you literally have one story to tell, and you add in all these little details, and each time those details change or something, if you can't keep up with the story, there's something going on, or you're covering for somebody. At the beginning, she says summer stays really hot, but in the middle way through the interview, she said she gets cold easy a lot. Yeah. Yep. There's no reason to dress her in a swimsuit at 8 a.m. They had no other plans for that day, just an ER trip. And that's another thing, though, too. She had said that they had no other plans, but then I guess she had told Hunter, and this is hearsay, that, they planned on going fishing, and then somebody else had said they planned on going to a water park. So I don't know. Oh, you just said that. They were going fishing, ended up at a water park, or ended up swimming. It would make more sense if she put Summer, hold on, because my chat is jumping. It would make more sense if she put Summer in that pant outfit in the morning time because it was cool, but then put the little swimsuit on her in the afternoon when it's hot. Exactly. When that little girl was found in Australia, she was kidnapped. Hold on 1 second. She was kidnapped. The only time I question their guilt. Lies keep building. Exactly. Law enforcement has their hands full with this one. It's been a hot mess. Exactly. From the beginning. Yep. The outfits are backwards. The truth would never change. Would never change stories. Would always be clear. Yep. Right? I'm just kidding. Does Summer appear to be in a tank top and shorts in the TikTok video? It does look like a swimsuit to me. Or it doesn't look like a swimsuit to me. Yeah, it didn't to me either, but I guess, like, you know how some kids, they wear, like, my daughter doesn't like wearing bathing suits, so what I'll do is I'll put her in, like, a t-shirt and shorts, and I call it a bathing suit, you know? It could have been something like that. I really wish they would release the 911 calls. That would help so much, maybe. It would just be more discrepancies, though, so it probably wouldn't matter. Yeah, because there were 2 911 calls, so I would like to hear both to see what each one said. Okay, the water park was planned for Friday. Okay, thank you. Thanks, guys. I knew I heard it somewhere. I just didn't, you know, there's so many things that everybody says, so it's like, their stories do not stay the same. I've caught them in many lies. Yeah. Which link? Natalia. I don't think real water park. Pretty sure it was a Fun Fest water park they had set up for that Friday. Oh, okay. Would love to know the timestamp on both videos, real time. Yeah. For the interview or for the, are you talking about the phone calls? I'm so sorry. Seven children, 7 victims, 7 alibis, Seventh-day Adventists. I caught that too. It's always 7, right? Whose link, please? For Italia. Which link? It is a swimsuit. She wore it as clothing. There is a pic of her wearing it in Gatlinburg a couple of weeks. Yeah. So, yeah, that was it. I would like to hear the 911 calls also, as I would like to know where the dispatcher got the mom came back from a walk. I think, and I'm only guessing, I think that maybe she said she went to her mom's trailer, or she walked to her mom's trailer, and maybe they thought it was like further away than it was. J. Marie, I love this. It's making me critical think, flip through my notes, grab my thumbtacks to repin, move yarn, and connect. All right. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, guys. Hold on one second. Yeah. February 7th is his court date. I question that milk pitcher every day. I don't see how anyone could have laid on it, especially if they were cold. Then Allie saying she wanted to hug Summer, and Candace said, no, you can't. I think they're holding on to those since it's the actual evidence coming from Candace and Don. Everything else is hearsay to them. Timestamp on the milk video was 3 minutes 9 seconds at Walker Ford's. Most time it would take Candace to get home would be 3 to 10 minutes. Does anyone have the picture of Summer on milk? How long was the video? Interesting. Was it 7 minutes, 7 seconds? Critical thinking. I figured, hold on, because my thing is jumping. I'm so sorry, guys. I figured it was from her saying I walked around the property looking for her. Yeah. If you took out all the people in BS that Candace, Don, and Jody Sue has said, what would you all be left with? That's right. 7's everywhere. Summer's birthday is February 4th. Yeah, I think his court date is February 7th. Everyone acted like they were poor, but Don makes great money. That Dollywood trip alone would have cost over $500 for the day. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He should make good money doing what he does. Well, I don't quit. I go till I can't. I haven't been able to critical think for a while. I was stuck. This life has moved my mind. Well, I'm glad I could help. Those 911 calls will be entered into state evidence. Watch and see what I tell you. That could be what they're doing the search, or they executed the search warrants for yesterday. Yeah. Your birthday is February 4th? Look 7777 on. Look, like Google it. Hold on. Let's see. The number 7777 is a message from the angels to remind you to maintain a positive outlook and be upbeat no matter what happens. Make sure to keep in mind that every occurrence has both a positive and bad aspect. Angel number 7777 encourages you to focus on the good things in life and to let go of the bad ones. That's the meaning. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, J. Marie. Hi, Chad. How are you guys?
How are you?
So I'm doing good. I just wanted to hop on real quick and share some of my, I guess, theories, you could say. But so I've heard part of the hearsay is that um, Candace was trying to avoid being at home because supposedly, like CPS, I don't know what it's called in Tennessee. I know it's something different.
Yeah.
But they were going to go that day, and she was trying to, avoid them. And it, to me, it kind of made sense at first because, like, for example, I've done that to where maybe I'm having somebody come and paint, the house or whatever, like, especially like if it's during the summer. To me, it's
Mm-hmm.
like super awkward to be around. So I would get the kids and we would do like the most random things. And then my husband would be like, "What did you do today?" And it was like, like just the most random things that were not planned, but we were just doing just to kill time.
Right.
So I was like, well, it kind of makes sense at first, but then I'm like, okay, well, if she did that, why so much inconsistency as to like, she can't even, like, she keeps changing the order of things. Like, okay, we did this, and then, she changes information here and there.
Right.
And
Little details.
yes, and then earlier I saw a video of Dawn. He was beating the crap out of Candace, and she was screaming, hollering, like you could literally hear her crying. Like it was bad.
Was that
Um,
on this channel?
it was on Lips. She played
Okay,
earlier.
yeah. I knew she was going to play that video soon, but I didn't know it was today. I got to go watch it. But
Hopefully it's
I
still
kind of
there because
don't
she
want
did.
to.
Yeah, she said she was gonna remove it afterwards. I don't know if she'll keep it up or if she'll. I'm pretty sure she'll take it off just because it was
Yeah.
very like triggering. Like she did
Yeah.
warn us. Like she's like, I'm
That's
just
kind of
letting you
why
know.
I don't want to watch it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But you know how you have that, like, oh, I want to watch it, but then you really don't.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
Yes. So check this out. To me, I was like amazed. I've never been through that, thank God. But
Hmm.
I was saying like she was crying. She was like telling her, please, I beg you, stop and da 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 da. But the next day, she's like, check this out. The next day, she was FaceTiming again, and she was covering for Dawn, and she was trying to justify like Lips was trying to tell her, hey, like you need to do this and like this and that, and she was just like, no, 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 like she was justifying it. So
Hmm.
when I saw that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure if either of them know something about each other, they're gonna cover for each other.
Yeah,
That's what came to
definitely.
mind. I'm like, if she's covering for him knowing like he beat the crap out of her, like I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure they both have stuff on each other where they're not, because I too believe that they both have something to do with it. Maybe
Yeah.
they didn't like kill her or anything, but I'm pretty sure they know what happened and they're like just not
Hmm.
saying anything.
Yep. And
So
like
that was just how
Nicola
my
said, that happens with
hmm
a lot of DV cases. They stick up for each other, and there has to be a
hmm
reason why it happened, and they blame themselves. You know,
yes,
and
yes.
like we
But
were
then
talking
again,
about, what's that? I'm
yes, go
sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, like I was saying in the last live, like she had a rough life, and she had always been abused her whole life. So it's kind of like nothing really to her.
hmm
And she kind of just has that mindset to stick up for the person because she thinks it's her own fault, probably.
And another thing that came to mind that kind of made me like sway away from that theory was like, okay, if she was trying to avoid CPS, it
Hmm.
does not make sense for her to leave the kids at home, especially either watching YouTube or playing Fortnite. Like one
Yeah.
time they said they were watching YouTube, and then Dawn said, "Oh yeah, they were playing Fortnite." So I'm like, yeah, if CPS goes in, like usually when kids are on either or, they're noisy. They're like screaming or hey,
Yep.
like cheering or something. Like they're not gonna be quiet to where like like nobody's gonna hear them. So that was another thing that was like, yeah, no, that's not it. Because if
Right.
anything, if she really wanted to avoid CPS, she would have taken all of them, you know. But the boys being at
Yeah.
home on YouTube or playing Fortnite, I'm pretty sure they were not going to be quiet and they were going to know that they were there alone, which would give them
Right.
another reason to remove them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that was how
because
my
I
brain
mean,
was working today.
and if they were home alone, I doubt DCF was going that day. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that could just be another lie, or the kids just weren't there that day. Because I had heard in the very beginning that they went to work with Don,
Oh, okay.
and I can't remember where I heard that, but it was just another story that was told that they were at work
Right.
that day with Don.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't
Anyway, yeah, I
know.
just wanted to share that. Thank you for letting me come up here for a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
All right. Bye.
All right. All right. Bye. I can't remember who shared the milk video first. I've watched so many different videos and watched a few creators. I want to say Doug, no thanks, shared it, or Chris M. I don't know. I can't remember either. I know it was like, I don't even know. I guess on Facebook first. Don't forget the day Candace screamed and cried when the mafia got done and was going to Boston. Yeah. Yep. And I don't know if you guys remember that text that he sent to Ziggy that time about how he was on a plane and they were flying over New Mexico or something like that. Do you guys remember that? Those of you who listen to Ziggy. It's crazy the stuff they come up with. Hey, Melissa. Right. The two youngest boys went with Dunn, according to H. Candace told him that. She could have went to the police and left when Don went to jail, but she didn't. Candace is not abused. She is the abuser and the aggressive one. Yeah, I've heard that too. A lot. But who knows? At this point, it's just... My sound is messing up. Hold on. Can you guys hear me now? Hold on one. Is that better? Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta drop out and then come back in. I told some of you guys, my computer has been messing up a lot lately. So then Jenna and Candace text, and she asked Jenna what time did she say Don got home. Yeah, it was like I think it was around 3:30, something like that. And that kind of goes along with searching. I mean, it wasn't a text message, so I do believe it, but coming from who it came from, I don't know. See, we don't even know if the boys were home that day or if they go to work with Don. Each said they did. Then Candace says they were home. My thought is maybe they went with Don and he came home early. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is a possibility too. Those boys were locked in the house or in the home. They knew to be quiet. Candace told them to. Those boys was scared of Candace, Don, and Grandis. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good.
Well, I need to see chat because, like, I'm really in this for the critical thinking.
Uh-huh. So what are your thoughts?
Um, I don't know. Dudley said a lot of things, and I don't know the credibility or the gain or the distrust. I don't know. In the segment where they were at the restaurant, he was talking about that he talked to somebody, which I don't know if he was trying to get out CM's name or if he was trying to get out somebody else's name.
Mm-hmm.
I just I have a feeling that CM already interviewed him and it's irrelevant, but I don't know. And that's where my critical thinking is. Why would you insert yourself?
Yeah.
I that's my question. I don't know.
I think I think it was mostly because in the beginning, when not in the beginning, but a few weeks ago, um, when Betty had called Don, and Don had initially texted or called Molly and said, you need to look into Dudley, this and that. After that, I had talked to his wife because she was in my Facebook group, and she had told me all these different things. I promised that I would never show the text messages on a live, because she said she didn't want them seen. But she pretty much told me everything that he had said in the interviews. Um, but then, when before he came out with the interviews, they said they didn't want to be involved in this drama and this and that. And then maybe a week later, the interview with Sweetie Pie Low came out. You know what I mean? And then a little bit after that, it was with Jay for Justice. And then it was, Betty and them and PG. Like, he started coming out all over the place.
So he did the right thing by going to Sweetie Pie Low because she's non-judgmental.
Right.
Like she's like a equal liberty channel.
Yeah,
So
it's very neutral.
yeah, no, I love watching her because
Me
she's
too.
not out to hurt people. She's not. She's being her.
And like
I'm sorry,
what
my heater's probably loud.
I don't hear anything.
Well, my heat's like in here in my little office that I have. Well, double desk, so one side is Steelers and the other side is San Francisco. But and I live in Chicago, so imagine that. But
Yeah.
anyways, um,
But the thing is,
because
he did that interview and he should have just stayed right there. You know what I mean?
well,
Because
why is he inserting himself? That's
well,
what I don't get.
the original, how it all started was Don called him out pretty much. And he was going to come out sooner. I was actually going to have them on my live, one of my first lives. And
Well, I
then,
know that. You
and
know I know that.
then, yeah. And then she was like, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this drama because they were talking crap about him on Molly's channel. And I guess he just decided to go to Sweetie Pie because he had already been talking to Donna and, he trusted them. But then once that came out, he started going all over the place, and I think he was partly in it for the attention and then partly in it because he knew that it would ruin Don. It would give him a bad reputation, which he had already had, but this just made it worse. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like his ultimate revenge type of thing. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So those are my thoughts on it, though. You know what I mean? And Felicia, what do you say? Don said from early on he thought Dudley could have taken her, though. I feel like he started talking afterwards. Yeah.
Well,
I think. Go ahead.
You get dragged through the mud for months about this. You have to clear your name,
right?
But you don't do it with a group of protesters. Is my point. Like you
Right.
do it soundly with Jay is for Justice is a good person. I
Yeah.
don't know her existing stuff, but I know her new stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her as a YouTuber before. But I will tell you this: every YouTuber starts someplace. They build
Mm-hmm.
their channel, and then they clean it, and then they move from there. So,
Right.
um, Sweetie Pie Low did a great job. He should have left it at that. Now he's
Yeah, I
inserting
agree.
himself in drama. So
Mm-hmm.
what's the point now? Because you didn't want drama. He told you personally, which I already
Yep.
knew that before
His
this
wife.
live. I
Yeah.
already told you my thoughts, my help
Mm-hmm.
on what was going on. He was already targeting them before. You didn't get an interview with him, right?
No, I just got the text messages.
No, I
And
know.
then I
So
told his wife when she said that she didn't want to do the live, I said, "Do you mind if I use the text messages and just share the information to try to clear his name?" And she was like, "No, no, no, we don't want to be involved in the drama."
I know
And
because
yeah,
yeah, you remember what I told you. You don't have to say it out loud, but the
yeah,
that's what it's about.
yeah.
100%. And the chat's thinking it already. They already mentioned it like
Mm-hmm.
at the very first of this live. They were already mentioning about the people that just took them out to dinner, got them a couple drinks, and who else knows what they gave them. But that's beyond the point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if that's what you're running and doing, well, shame on you.
Right.
Because we're to talk about summer, and
Exactly. But it just seems like every time, us as creators, we try to get to the bottom of what's going on with this case with Summer. It seems that something else comes out to distract us,
well,
you
yep,
know.
yep. So because you're in our Discord or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
there's so I'm a person that believes in the truth and will help good people. So if you're good
Exactly,
people
Amber.
and you've been hurt by people,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. I have my services are here. It's free. I
Yep.
don't charge anybody for anything. You're getting stalked by somebody in chat. You're getting stalked by somebody on the internet. I'm here. My services are free. I'm no hacker. I don't even know how to run StreamYard. You guys saw that on my last live. I don't know how to do it. Like it confuses me every time. The problem is I run like 3 screens so I can see everything. And I
Yeah.
do that when I watch all YouTube. And I don't know, just the yeah, okay, Frosty. Did you see what Frosty said? Anyways, I Don brought up him like months ago. Why? Why does he think it's relevant now? The only thing I can think of is he was blackballed and has no money, so he's trying to do it for monetary gain, meaning not on the videos that are put out, but on the shenanigans of the shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'll put it. Like run circles, run circles, run circles
Mm-hmm.
takes distraction off of everybody else. Who else paid him? That's what I want to know.
Well, the thing is, he had contacted Molly, and I remember because I was watching that live when he contacted her and he asked her to look into Dudley. And she was like, "Oh, he wants us to look into his meth dealer." And then Betty called him and, she had a conversation with him. And this was right before they were planning, I believe, they were planning to go there to protest. So I think what he was doing was he was trying to distract them a little bit for when they get down there. But what he didn't think was that they were going to dig into it and that everybody was going to see that live and they were all going to try to dig into who Dudley was. You know what I mean? And he kind of just opened that door not noticing and not realizing that, what we were all going to do. And it was going to cause a big shit show, Hi, Frosty.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my goodness, are you really serious? Better check the chat because I just posted on you.
You posted on me?
I said right. Frosty never holds her end. Where is my bedtime story?
Oh.
You don't
Sorry, I
ever
was
do it.
actually talking to Melissa in chat about teenage issues. That's where one of my comments was from.
Oh, I wasn't.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
But you said you were offering your services, so
Here we go.
There we go.
What services?
I don't know.
No.
You tell the chat.
Well,
you just told the chat you were offering your services.
I offer my services to anybody that's being bullied, anybody that is.
No, for sure.
That is feeling like you go into a chat room and you're here for summer and you're getting lost in the dollars and the money and the different things that are going on right now. Like, I have a group of friends that J. Marie, Frosty, they're part of them. The rest of them are wrenches in here. There's a big, huge group of us that are good people that care about other people. Ziggy leaves her stuff like free and open. Sorry, J. Marie, if I wasn't supposed to say that. But I got lost in the features, the this and that, the booted by different discords, dismantled was out of line. Yeah, and I apologize the next day to those people in live chat because I had no other contact with them. But the thing is this: nobody should feel ashamed by going into a chat and registering their opinions and their thoughts. Like there's a big group of us, we are recouping. And thank you, Purple Knights 5.0, for recouping a safe place for old YouTubers or people that are on YouTube that I know that are watching because they watch everything, but they're afraid to comment because they're afraid of the ridicule by the people that are in chats. And they're actually honest, good people. And it's sad what it's turned into. And I'm a critical thinker, and like J. Marie just brought me back. I'm like blown. Like I thank you.
I just want to say something, Marie. Definitely, I hope so too. Okay, go ahead.
No, I just blown away because like tonight was J. Marie. I'm gonna throw it up to you. I shared your stuff on my community tab. Best thing ever is to get to that community tab. But the critical thinking, the facts are not facts, the truths are not truths, the hearsay, this and that. I've taken like I can't watch a Chris McDonough video and not take notes. I can't watch if Dudley's on Molly Go Lightly or on all four of their channels. I'm not going to name all of them. If he's on all of their channels and have different views and this or that, I'm just not going to sit back and take one for granted. You have to grab a notebook. You have to write down what he said here, what he said there, what he said there. You have to do your due diligence because the due diligence is not to me. The due diligence is to Summer. And you get lost in the fold of trolls, this or that. And you just, I don't know. I'm a critical thinker, like a hardcore critical thinker. And possibilities.
I just have to say one thing. Marie, okay, I want to read her comment. No, the TBI have said no one has been cleared. Even the parents who pass lie detectors are not officially cleared. That's right. And one thing is a lot of times when I see the comments about the lie detector tests, I don't believe in lie detector tests only because my ex-husband took one, and he is the dumbest person you'll ever meet. He passed with flying colors, and I knew 100% that he lied on that test. The detective told me, he's like, even though we have proof, he passed his lie detector test. And I said, well, how did he do that? And he said, we don't know. We gave him 3 of them. And at the time, I thought they gave him 3 of the same lie detectors, but they gave him 3 different. It was like one for the breathing. They gave him one with certain questions to try to manipulate him. They gave him some other one. And I was just like, how did he pass? And he's like, I have no idea. He either believes his own lies.
Yeah.
He has it in his head that he believes his own lies, or he's a master manipulator. And I knew that it wasn't that, because this dude was dumber than a bag of rocks. You know what I mean? And that's why I couldn't understand why he passed it. But that is my reasoning for not believing in lie detectors. You know, and that's why in Connecticut, they're not you can't use them in court. They're admissible.
Well,
I don't know how it is in Tennessee.
I'll put this out there. Before I came here, and Joy, I think I say your name right, Joy Cowley. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Anyways, the lie detector test. If you guys, so I used to watch a channel before I went into true crime. It had Bounty Hunter D. He's hilarious. He actually now has like a skit in his house where he does like the lie detector test and catches the cheaters, and then does baseline and then says it's not for fact. You can't pass or fail a lie detector test. What you can do in there though is you're telling truth and you're not telling truth. And that's what they can determine it on. Did you pass it? Maybe, maybe not. Because there's no pass or fail. It's, are you telling the truth or are you not? And
is there
Why,
deception?
yeah, that's why it's like it's up to the discretion of the people that are taking the test.
Right.
That's
and in my case, my ex-husband did something horrible. And Truth for All can tell you, he knows all about it. And he's not going to give you details, but this man did something horrible, the worst thing you could ever do to a person. And he passed that lie detector test. And I know for a fact, because I witnessed what he did. Well, I didn't witness all of it, but I witnessed most of what he did. And he passed with flying colors, they said. And he hasn't spent a day in jail. They had some proof, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, he was my sperm donor. That's what he calls them. But yeah, that's why I don't believe in them.
I'm sorry, J. Marie.
Oh, it's okay. It's in the past.
When you believe that somebody's a sperm donor, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is horrible. The most horrible person. Very bad. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know how he passed it. And I'm thinking, in the way that he had to have believed his own lies, and maybe, you get that in your head where you just stick to the script and you train, maybe you train your brain to think that you're telling the truth, and then it just happens, or you just don't give a shit.
Now, I'll tell you the trick to it right now. I've never taken one, never plan to in the future, but the trick of it is this, is based on heart rate. So I'm sitting in a chair, right? And I reposition myself, put my arms down. My eyes are open. So everybody that meditates, everybody that, like, if you're a meditator, you'll pass
Mhm.
every single polygraph test ever that is out there, because you can sit here with your eyes open and you can
Mhm.
meditate, and you're like,
Mhm.
like, I just take your, it's the power of the brain. So you
Yeah.
take your brain to relax your heart. You ask me questions. Do the Frosty, you're not allowed because you know too much about me, and you'll make my heart rate go like this. But, but that's the thing. They ask questions, and if you can take your brain somewhere else, you're good. But at the same time, so Don and Ken has passed their polygraphs, right? So
Mhm.
where did they take their brains when they did it? Because that's all that it takes to do it, to pass it. Like, it's
Mhm.
not sitting on a needle, not sitting on this, not doing this or that.
Well,
There
yeah,
was,
those are just movements of anxiety and deception,
yeah,
you know?
but it's the power of the mind is the problem. So if they pass their polygraph test, which they may be innocent, I'm not saying that they're not,
Mhm.
just uh, if you pass a polygraph that quickly to where law enforcement has not cleared you, but you pass the polygraph test, that means you're playing mind games, which
Mhm.
we have all seen this whole time.
Mhm.
So the you saw Dawn, J. Marie, did you see the last exposed Betty Bullhorn or whatever her name is? The last the last thing the last
The
the one that
voicemail to Don,
huh?
the voicemail she sent to Don.
No, not that one. The one that she deleted where uh Crude AF has it where she deleted it because they're at the
Oh,
property
yeah. They
and
thanked her
Marissa
simply for the
trespassed
information.
where she trespassed, and then they were all standing out there and Don was talking and he was mad. He was
Yeah.
mad. Um
Mhm.
if you haven't seen it, it's on Crude AF.
Yep, I seen
And
it.
you all need to go watch it because you can
Mhm.
take and pick certain, that's Don real life where he's not situated in front of a camera and is not being coached. That's why they did what they were doing. I'm not a supporter of harassing them, but at the same time, you got real live footage of, like, not who he is, but a quick, like a quick response.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Like, he
does.
hasn't done that. Nobody's made him do that. Well, except for Chris
Mhm.
early on, and he got really mad and furious.
Yep.
So this is the latest of him having to do something that's like at the snap of the finger. What do I do? What am I doing? Like, not a planned out thing. So very telling. And I clipped it. I have it downloaded, and the next, I don't know. I'm probably not going to sleep until I've completely analyzed the thing, and
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to do it yet. But I am going to break it down. I'm not going to do it live. I just have to. I'm going to take notes. It's something I do.
Mhm.
So there's something that's
Definitely.
always been bothering me.
Mhm.
Another creator, he showed some text messages back and forth about Dawn in an interview, and he kind of got in a fight with someone else. But what he said was, if you're not going to do softball questions, you basically can't interview Dawn because there's certain questions that you're not allowed to ask. So,
Really.
my question is, what specific questions does this one YouTube creator, who's basically fronting for Dawn, not
Mhm.
want anybody else to ask that he's been dancing around?
Well, and to piggyback on that, and then Jay Marie can go. I'm sorry.
Mhm. No, it's
What
okay.
How are you clarifying that as a crime scene? And that certain creator that I know that you're talking about, he clarifies, don't bring your child here. This is a crime scene. So the crime scene is what? What Don and Candace have told you, that she was taken from the basement, which is unfound.
Right.
The trail led down to the bottom, which is unfound. The scent can't be 100% accurate. And so that certain creator is throwing out all these loopholes, all these different things, and taking and twisting the mind of like people that are actually thinking. So where do you go from there? What's the credibility of that person that's telling this stuff? That is, I am the only one that can hold an interview with them. So
He's being
that's
paid.
fine. Go ahead.
No, I said he's being paid. He has to be.
Well, do your thing. Do your thing. You know what the answer is. Just tell them.
I think he's being paid to distract or to, not have other creators take their stab at this and cause another narrative, or in some cases some other creators causing rumors, or twisting stories or anything like that. They kind of just want it to be one person only. You can only ask certain questions. They're going to handpick the questions, and that's going to be it.
But would innocent people say that?
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
There's a person in your chat. Her name's Marie.
Mm-hmm.
The Mania.
Yeah.
A lot of us have Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. And she's talking to someone else, to Julie in chat, and I don't want to call anybody out, but I guess I just did. Okay. It's obvious that, you know what, nobody wants to believe that they're guilty. Some people think yes, some people think no, but at the end of the day, those children were not in a good place. And I guess we are all passing judgment, right? Mm-hmm. But what does it say when those boys don't want to come back home? And what does it say when, apparently Dawn and Candace have had multiple opportunities to visit their boys and they've turned down the visits? So as much as all three, let's just say, I mean, it's two separate issues, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get gone their boys, but Summer's missing, and probably the investigation, based on what, the authorities saw, led them to believe that, hey, they need to remove the boys. So the boys are out of harm's way, and unfortunately there is a lot of documented proof that those children were not being taken care of properly.
Right. So, and Maria, I'm sorry, Marie. I don't think anybody is thinking that Don and Candace murdered their child. I don't think that at all. In my opinion, maybe there are some people that do, because of, their past or, whatever, but I've never thought that. I know a lot of people in this chat don't think that either.
No.
That, they murdered their child.
Oh, no.
No, if it happens, it happens, but they don't act like people that themselves did. Could they be involved? Maybe. But
and the only reason we're thinking that is because of the way they act. If they were acting any different, then I think we would think something else. But it's just the way that they present themselves, and it may not be intentional. It may be, I don't know. It's just, that could just be the way that they act, and we're just taking it the wrong way. You know what I mean? But the fact is, they did abuse their children. DCF wouldn't be involved for most of her life if they hadn't, in both cases, with his past 2 children, with her past 2 children, and actually we found out another child, and then these 4 children, you know?
So Marie's asking a question. She says,
Okay.
how do we know the boys don't want to come home? Would you like to answer it, or would you like me to throw in my 2 cents?
You can answer it, and then I'll
Okay. Because many people that Dawn and Candace have spoken to, they've told the boys don't want to come back. Candace told people the boys don't want to come back. Cher told people that Dawn and Candace had told her the boys don't want to come back. So that's how we know it is a fact. Is it hearsay? Sure it is. But when it comes out of the horse's mouth,
right.
And
from a whole bunch of different people, not just one person.
Not just one person.
And those, one person isn't exactly friends with the other person. So
right.
It is hearsay. It definitely is, Marie, but they are telling people this, and it may be because they're more comfortable, like say I send my daughter over to my grandmother's house, she's going to be like, I don't want to go home. You know what I mean? It could be in that way, or it could be in the way that, they really mistreat their kids. Like, it's a different lifestyle. You know what I mean? They're dressing nice and going out places and doing different things than they would do at home. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I used to go to New York. I used to visit with my family, and I didn't want to come home, and it wasn't that my mom was a bad parent. It's just, it was a different lifestyle,
And I'd never advocate for children not to be with their parents. But she's saying, imagine those boys and not being able to be with their parents. You know what? I'm glad they're not with their parents. Their parents are having meltdowns on live YouTube.
It is sad.
He was talking to another creator, and there was a needle sticking out of his leg. You know what? It's not a safe environment. But let me tell you, if it was a safe environment, those kids would be back. Every time kids are taken away, there's conditions, right? For what the family needs to do to get the children back. It's been 6 months. So help me to understand why the children aren't back.
Right.
So I would hope that Dawn and Candace get treatment. I hope that they clean up their acts, But, I mean, not even 2 weeks ago, he literally punched her in the mouth on a live.
I know. I remember.
Lately. Do you really want a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 9-year-old to see their father punching their mother in the mouth?
It's a very toxic situation, and what would be abuse to, in some people's eyes may not be abuse in other people's eyes if they come from a dysfunctional family, and what's dysfunction to me may not be the same as what's dysfunctional to you, but you put it all together, it's all toxic. It's all dysfunctional. You know what I mean? And it is against the law to have children witness that type of behavior. It is against the law, and it also messes them up psychologically. Yes. If they're in a different environment and they're getting 3 square meals a day, they're getting, their healthy intake, they're getting to go out and play with their friends and do things that they weren't able to do before, then that makes a big difference in the child's life, and it puts them on a different path. And these boys are realizing that, maybe, I don't know, because I'm not them, and maybe that's why they don't want to go home. I try to see things from all sides. And I know you're not trying to be disrespectful at all, Marie. It's just your opinion. And I value that here 100%. Everybody has their own opinions. And like I'm saying, I don't know the situation. So I can only speculate that those kids were abused. But I know that they weren't in the best environment. It was very toxic. And you could see that with what we've seen on YouTube. What we've all witnessed. And that That didn't
Right.
just happen right after the kids left. That's been going on for years. And you can tell with their rap sheets. You can tell with the kids that have been adopted out. You can tell, you know what I mean? It goes back so far. And it didn't just all of a sudden go away when the kids were born, these set of kids, and then come back when they left. You know what I mean? That behavior was ongoing.
But they have an opportunity to get their kids back.
Yes, they
have
do.
an opportunity to go to rehab. They have an opportunity to go to parenting classes,
Exactly.
To not be ignorant, right? So
right. And like we were saying, one more thing, Levitt, like we were saying in the other live, you know, they say there's a 6-month plan, but in reality, they give you about 2 years. And they do that. I know they do that here, and I'm pretty sure they do it in other states too. It's not like do it in 6 months or you never see your kids again. You know what I mean? DCF is there to help parents and families come back together, you know?
Yeah, reunification is the goal.
Yes, definitely.
And I would, you know, if they, honestly, from my point of view, is if they did everything that they were supposed to do to provide those boys a good home and a stable environment, then by all means, the boys should go back. Until they you know, unfortunately, they have to prove themselves now to get their boys back. And are they doing what they're supposed to do? Only time will tell.
The other aspect of this is that I'm not speaking on them or know anything about where they are, or how they are, or what they're encountering. The other aspect to look at is they're only I don't know how to put this the right way. I might say it wrong. Don't ridicule me for it, but they're a product of their environment. So if Don and Candace treat them like shit, which we don't know if that's fact or hearsay, we don't know. But if you've been in a situation where you've been trained all your life, you're 13 years old, and you only know from somebody that's a schmoozer, somebody that's like pulling the wool over people's eyes, what are you going to know at 13? You've already like developed your skills. But hopefully between 13 and 18 or 13 and 20, that you have a lasting chance to be with, I wouldn't say normal, but be with like encouraging, surrounded yourself by some good friends. I mean, everybody chooses the wrong path once in a while, but maybe somebody that's 13 can change their life, can change how they live, and maybe they like the change. And maybe that's the reasoning why they don't want to go back. Maybe the older
they're realizing it.
Yeah, maybe the older one sees that, hey, look, everything we were doing or everything we were taught, maybe there's a different side to things. I'm not saying that's the case. It's just a thought I've had. And it's like a strong thought because there's got to be a reason why they don't want to go back. I grew up on a lot of land, and I miss it sometimes, but at the same time, I don't really because it's kind of lonely. So I don't know.
Right. No, you're right. It's just, you know, this is just a very touchy subject for a lot of people. And it's like, you know, it's not that, you know, a lot of us say we don't want them going back to their parents and that they're, you know, these parents are never going to get their kids back, but they have a choice. They could totally change their lives around. You know what I mean? And that's their choice. That's not ours. That's not anybody's to decide. It's theirs, you know? And I don't know if it's true, but Marissa said on her live that she talked to Don last night for an hour and a half and he was drinking. I mean, I understand because he lost, maybe lost his job or whatever. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm a little confused because I heard that he was sober for a little bit now, and then, he has this put on him and maybe it led him to drink. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but it's just, if a bad thing happens and he can go right back to drinking, then no, maybe those kids shouldn't go back. He needs to go to a proper rehab and get proper treatment. He can't do it himself. And that shows right there if that's true that he was drinking last night.
Well, the sad thing of the whole matter of the fact is this. Don and Candace have done a great job staying sober, a great job of trying to present themselves to the public as I don't know what the word is, but like a effective citizen in the environment that we live in called Earth. And they're trying. I've seen the change. I think you both will agree. You've seen the change. It's just what happens when I don't know how many people are in here, but when you watch other people's lives, you look at the different numbers. You look at 22,000 here, you look at 10,000 here in this one. They're not the same people. There's a lot of people involved here. There's a lot of people watching. What happens when the 100,000 people that are watching? What happens when we all pack up when we all pack up ship and everything's fine or conclusions were had, and we all pack up ship and we leave. Nobody's watching and nobody is paying attention to them, and they go back to an environment where they were good while people were watching. What happens when nobody's watching? That's the problem I have. And I think the state's well aware of that. It's just, it would be really sad too. Like, but Don and Candace are on a good path right now. They're doing what they have to. Haven't seen them drink on lives. Haven't seen them acting like a fool. And
Absolutely.
That's a good start, positive thing.
Keep up the good work.
The thing is that, do I trust them? I don't know yet. They haven't proven it yet.
To anyone.
Well, they're not going to just get their kids back because, you've been good for 2 months. It doesn't happen like that. Especially
it's
when
a process.
Especially when somebody like CPS was out there. Now all of a sudden, that girl is missing. She's 5 years old. What? You're just going to automatically just boom. You guys did everything great. You're good. Here you go. Here they are back. They're not going to do that. They're being ridiculed for everything. They have a microscope on them, and it's going to take a lot from both sides, from CPS and from Don and Candace. They both have to hold up their end, and time will tell.
Right. Marie, you can send it to my email, and then I can share it in my community page. My email is in the description. If you can't find it, let me know, and then I'll put it in the chat here. Okay. Yeah, so
there's two scenarios to what's going on with them. Either they're doing a good, they're really good at hiding not being sober, or B, they're really being sober.
Yeah.
So, and
we don't know.
Nobody
I don't
knows.
know either. I can't tell because they're really good at what they do. You know what I mean? That whole fake phone call thing that Candace did, that really had me. I felt so bad,
Well,
and it was all an act. And they've done that. They've done things like that to other people. Like, remember what they did to Ziggy when I think you were there, Levin. Remember when he
I'm always
texted
there.
and said that he was on the plane?
Oh, I remember
Well,
that. Yeah.
well, the thing is they like to
I
play
mean, he
games.
knew that wasn't real, but
Well, my thing is this: is um, you can run and be sober. You can show people you're sober, and then the next day, you're unheard of by anybody, but you're not sober, and nobody knows. But you did a really good job of being sneaky,
mm-hmm.
and anybody that's like a criminal kind of. Well, I'm not saying that this is for fact, this is for anything. It's just if you've stolen stuff and been caught and been a criminal, well,
Mm-hmm.
what makes it okay that you've been good for 2 months, you've been good for 3 months, but what are you really sneaking and hiding and doing? I mean,
Right.
you're not playing around on YouTube, but are you really this good, or are you just really this good at not on YouTube, not anywhere when you get fucked up or messed up or however you want to say it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why time will tell if they can continue. I I think CPS ain't gonna let them go less than a year. So they're gonna have to prove to a year since they've been sober recently. It's been what, 2 months, I think, where we
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen them drink, we haven't seen them talk about it, we haven't seen them doing it. It's 2 months, people. They got 10 more to go before CPS will even consider anything after everything they've seen. You think LE is the only people that see YouTube? No, they all do. It's all a factor of what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, for the sake of the boys, that they can turn on their act and they can do what's right.
Right.
And that will say a lot, to be honest.
I know.
It's just sad. I
It
mean,
is
either way
really
you look
sad.
at it, either way you look at it, it's sad.
The whole situation is,
No.
and like we were saying in the beginning, we don't have all the facts, and it's just, if we did and we had, a good understanding from the beginning what everything was about, this case could be solved by now. I believe, you know, we just need some truth.
And that's a fact. We're just not getting the truth. And we know it. We know there's
Yeah.
lots that are missing. Even Chris McDonough said, well, I didn't show this part and I didn't show this part and I cut this part out. There's so much more, right? I mean, why don't they release the 911 calls? Because they're evidence.
They're
They haven't
evidence.
cleared the parents yet. No sign of an abduction. So, I mean, gosh, if it was an accident, just fess up, you know? Like, no one cares if you were drinking or what happened, right? Like, accidents
Right.
happen, but
Mm-hmm.
like, how much manpower, woman power, resources, tears spent on trying to find this missing girl who, you know, God forbid, we all kind of think, or maybe some of us do, that there was an accident, that something did happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the truth will set you free, and that's what I always tell my kids. But anyways, I need to go. Thank you so much for letting me on your panel.
You're not
Oh,
going
no
nowhere.
problem.
I
Trying to
am.
get out of
I'm
here,
just,
sneaking out of here.
it's Jay Marie's show, not the Frosty show. And I've got to do some dinner for my kids. So thank you so much. Keep up the great
Bye.
work.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Frosty TV. If you like dogs, that is a very good place to go because they talk about dog handling. And I really enjoy it as a getaway from Summerwell's case.
Doesn't she has a channel, right?
Yeah, it's Frosty TV. the puppet. It's on my community post. I can share it with you, J. Marie. Um,
Okay.
Frosty is the dog. That's why she uses the name. And
Oh, okay.
the dog's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful dog. They take the dog on
Oh.
walks. They also used to own like aquariums. So she does
Mm.
like they got big, huge aquariums like around them, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
She has an autistic or mentally challenged son or something, and that helps to settle him down. And she's a good person, clearly.
Can somebody drop her link in the comments if you can find it? I think Joy is a mod.
Melissa Gomez is always a hoot. Uh, she says, "Oh my God, I love dogs more than humans. Don't we all?
Yeah.
I live in the middle of nowhere for that reason."
I'm a cat person. I love cats. I never used to. I used to be a dog person. And then I had a cat, and as long as you get them from a kitten, for me, I like them, you know?
My mom, we were never allowed to have when I was growing up because I grew up on a farm. We were never allowed to. The dogs always stayed outside. Didn't matter how cold it was. Like we created like huts and different stuff, and like if it got really really cold, they were allowed in the garage. But my mom would like feed like 20 some cats. It was
Yeah.
crazy. But you could pet them and all that stuff. It just was nuts. You bring out some milk and dump it in the little thing, and all of a sudden they all come running. It was kind of
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they come out of nowhere. I just feel bad in the winter.
Yeah, but there's different sheds and there's heated
Yeah.
parts where they had access, and it just was still outside. It wasn't in the house. They were never allowed in the house.
Yeah. So you're from the country.
I am.
I'm in the city, so it's like it's a little different. Well, I'm in like a suburban area, but it's
So
more city than the farms and country.
so I grew up here. Just a little background about me, why I can have some like good insight on both sides of the spectrum. So
Mhm.
I grew up 4 miles south outside of a town of 1,200 people in northwest Iowa.
Mhm.
So I understand farm life, living on a hill,
Mhm.
um, living in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
How the poor guy over in, I think it was Davenport, where
Mhm.
the young man was like less than a tenth of a mile from his house. Nobody saw him, but they found him like months later during harvest.
Wow.
I, well, when you have corn that's tall, it
Yep.
doesn't take much to hide anybody. And
Right.
well, it's not hiding him. Maybe he got lost. We don't know. And
Mhm.
the thing is then I moved to. I was married. I got married
Mhm.
after college. I got divorced, and but I moved to a suburb of Chicago. I lived there for 8 years, and
Mhm.
well, I ran a business with basically we did all the work in the city of Chicago. I know all the political people. I used to do parties for the mayor, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Anyways, now I have that business got sold, um, and now I live like south of the city, out in the middle of nowhere. If I want to go to the city, I want to be around people. I go. If I don't want to be, I'm here at my homestead. So,
Yeah.
and I like it because I could go into the craziness, the busyness, and then if I don't want to, I'm right here. Like,
Right.
doesn't have to
Yeah.
be
The
like,
one time I went into the country, very first time I went to Illinois, and my aunt, she lived on a farm, and there was just, you could see for years, like you could just, it was just so flat and plain, everything. And the last day that we were there, we were going to leave that day, and there was a tornado, And we just went on this road and we just kept going and going and going and going. And it was like the middle of nowhere. I remember we passed a school and the school was like in the middle of a field. And I was like, wow, it's just like a totally different life out there.
Yeah. Where I grew up, like McDonald's was like 45 miles away. So
Yeah, that's how it was where she was. The town was miles. It took us probably about an hour, hour and a half to get to the town. And that's why she used to have somebody come to the house, or she would bring the, like, if she needed meat, she would have them pick up the animals in the truck and bring them to the, wherever they process the meat and stuff like that. It was just crazy. But it was so like, beautiful too. Like at night, you could see every star in the sky.
Well, and if it was full moon, you could turn your headlights off in your car and still drive on the road.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time, to be honest. I mean, well, my parents still live, so we are in 2022. The last time I actually lived there was like 2000 to 2001. Where I actually lived on the property for like, that was my residence.
And what state was that?
Iowa.
Iowa. Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I go back and visit all the time. I help out. I do what I can, but they live on gravel road, so it's not even a paved road. So where I live now, I'm 45 minutes from Chicago, but all the roads around me, unless there's not a house, if there's not a house on the road, it's like limestone. But if there's a house on the road, it's like paved. They're narrow roads, but it's asphalted.
Yeah, that's kind of like how hers were.
Yeah.
It was like gravel, and then eventually we got to like a real road. But it was crazy. And her nearest neighbor, you could see the house, but it was like a mile away.
Well, that's the thing in the country is my one neighbor was like a mile and a quarter away. My other neighbor was about like 1.5 miles away. So you could scream out there in the middle of nowhere and you hear nothing.
Exactly. Wow. It's just crazy.
So let's get back to some critical thinking. You had good thoughts, good energy. Let's do it, because that's me. So if nobody knows me that's out there, I'm a critical thinker. I want to think all possibilities, and I want to run them through the truth factor.
I am too. I actually
I like it.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna do some notes tomorrow. I'm gonna take a day off. I usually do like every other day, because what I'm doing on my off day is I'm doing research. So, and then I'm trying to think, how is this possible? What's going on with this? She said this, he said that. So,
well, you'll get to a part where like you're just stuck.
Yeah.
And I've been stuck for a long time. And then I go and I say, who are the 7 people that are like accused of this, or 7 people that are of my interest? And then you sit there and you say, why is Don saying 7 alibis?
Right.
You're at work. So that's 1 alibi.
One alibi.
You have 7. So there's 7 workers around that could verify and testify for you. I mean, I don't get it, but it's like a.
But why say it in the first place? You don't need an alibi if you're innocent, But I don't know. He might have said it just not knowing that that's how we would take it, or he could have said it knowing that's how we.
Well, the thing is he designs. He's no dummy, so he could talk slow. That's because he's processing and thinking before he speaks. And
yeah,
I don't know if you watched the thing on Bullhorn Betty's where they were at the house and like he had a thing on the spot. He was a little different of a person. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I did. Truth for All says, how about Betty saying she has proof that Summer drowned. What do you guys think? Yeah, she said that. She doesn't have proof of anything. No, she has a word of somebody. That's what I'm thinking. She did an interview, and all of a sudden she has evidence and proof. And I played that video a little bit earlier. I played the recording. Amber says, truth for all. She even said that H doesn't have any medical problems. Allie said he has ADHD, but nope, he doesn't, because she said so. I dropped a link in here, January. Will you play it? It's like a minute and a half. It's voicemails that he left it on. I can try. My computer is being like really messy right now, but I can try. You're able to share stuff, right, Levin?
Oh, what do you mean?
If Hakuna puts a link in here, can you share it?
Yeah, drop it. Yep, I can. Well, you have to. Yeah, I can share my screen. Yep.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Go ahead, Hakuna.
Is my sound bad again?
No, you're good. On my end.
Okay.
I don't know what they can hear.
It was bad, but I had to. If it goes bad again, I'm gonna have to drop.
No, you'll be fine. I can keep it live.
I have like a makeshift desk here right now. I'm using my pillows.
That's funny because people see the Steelers behind them and they see 49ers and they're probably like, oh, what's going on? Well, I have two desks that are pushed together. This side has there's 1, 2, 3 screens and then my laptop. The other side has my laptop and just like a little portable second screen, which is kind of cool. I love it. So if you have a laptop and you want to move to the living room or whatever, you just it goes by a USB and you just plug it in so you can see other stuff right on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm using a laptop and it's a couple years old, but it's not doing what I want it to do.
I just got this one and I have so much content that I've clipped, that I've saved, that I've gathered for my own viewing that I haven't shared, that I sit there and I go through stuff. I make videos. I do this. I do that. And it's not that I don't want to put it out. It's just, it's not the time yet. So
I think my problem has to do with StreamYard, because every time I'm on StreamYard, I'm not able to watch recordings or anything. But then when I'm off StreamYard, everything's fine. It goes fast. I can edit. I can watch videos. It's just StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard burns my battery on my phone.
Oh, me too.
Just burns it.
I'm at half right now.
There. What? Oh, hold on. Before I do this, why didn't it link it? It linked it on my end. I clicked it. I clicked it. I opened it up. It started playing. I stopped it.
I might have to do this.
I can share.
Oh, you can share it? Okay.
Yeah, I can share my screen. I just want to make sure that nothing's on my screen. Hold on 1 second. I had to close a couple things that I had opened that were research stuff that people don't need to see. It keeps buffering. I'm on my husband's computer and it's old. I think that's why I keep buffering. Hakuna, you meant for us to play the infamous GL. Here, I'll share my screen so you know.
Okay.
Can you? You probably have to add
Yep,
it.
I'm gonna add it.
There. You want me to play it? The title
Did
says
it pop
Bullhorn
up?
Betty turning on Molly Golightly. Voicemails leaked by Don Wells.
Yep, go ahead.
Are you okay with me commenting on this before I do it?
Sure.
Okay. So I don't know if so. Like I watch everything, kind of. I try to, and I catch up by my people and J Marie's people. We have a group of people that we're like friends with. We are great
Mm-hmm.
friends. We go back and forth. There's a lot of them here in the chat, and
Mm-hmm.
we share a lot of things. We share our viewpoints. Not all of us agree. Not all of us disagree, but we can agree to disagree, and that is so meaningful to J Marie, to Akuna, to Joy, to Julie, to Melissa, to anybody that's out here, because you have
Mm-hmm.
to see like both sides, and we all get it. We see both sides. You don't
Right.
find that a lot on YouTube. That's
Right.
my point. Is you want to try to break up Ziggy and her mods, Ziggy and her people, you or J Marie and her people. It's not going to happen. You can try all
Right.
you want. We can act a fool because we all talk to each other. So before it happens, it's said. And
Yeah.
and I will just say this: that there was a clip. Molly Golightly was up when Bullhorn Betty was live in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
There was seeing how many viewers were that early in the morning. And we all know Molly goes live all hours of the day, all hours of the night,
Yep.
wherever you can grab a view or two. And so this morning, I get up at 5. I think I saw the thing at like 8. Um, it was 3 hours old. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
the day before, she goes, "Oh my gosh, you got 1.2K in your chat. Oh my gosh, this early in the morning." Yeah, they drink coffee. Her thing is drink coffee with us in the morning, Bowler and Betty. She's grown a following. If you do the Google
Yeah.
Analytics, you'll see the people that watch are of that age group that are up that early in the morning. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a no brainer to anybody that has a little sense of what can happen. Um,
Right.
so she goes live this morning. She has like 10K views on her live, and I don't know if that's like great. If it isn't, I just watched because it was said the day before, and
Right.
we'll just play this now because Buller and Betty turning on Molly Golightly. Well, this leaked footage, and I wanted to do kind of the same thing with the footage.
Mm-hmm.
Is is it Buller and Betty turning on Molly Golightly, or Bullhorn
Yeah.
Betty does? I listened to this already. Did you listen? We listened to this earlier.
Yeah,
So,
we did.
so is
But
it?
there's other people now.
Well, is it? We'll listen to it again. Is it? Is it my question to chat? Is this Bullhorn Betty turning on Molly Golightly, or was?
I don't know what happened.
I'm sorry for all you people that heard anything. Sorry.
That's
Um,
okay.
So this thing here is has to do with uh is Bull and Betty turning on Molly Golightly, or I lost my train of thought. Is uh is it more like Molly Golightly has gotten jealous to where the views are important, and or hold on, let me back up, retract that. That wasn't the deal. The deal was is is Bullhorn Betty turning on Molly Golightly, or is Bullhorn Betty, on her extensive background of whatever it may be, is that she can't deal with this because of all the other stuff on her background. That's what I was going to put out. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, she quickly reacted to this going out and to getting herself off of that thing. I don't know if she's divorced. I don't know if she's still going through a divorce. I don't know any of that. I haven't looked into her background. I saw the clips. I have the stuff, but it seems to me like she does not want to be on there. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
Right.
So, is this the breaking of them? I don't know. Maybe not yet. Anyways, you want me to play?
Yeah.
I'm muting. If you want me to stop, just tell me to stop. Okay?
Okay.
Wanting to discuss to find out what, Betty again, just wanting to discuss to find out what, what claim you made to the police. I have a funny feeling, Melissa said she apologized to you and you're fine, and I'm just trying to find out why you are, I'm pissed. Why are you putting my name on a police affidavit, which is a complete and utter fabrication of the truth? Nobody stepped.
So we're going to stop just for 1 second right there. Did you catch that, J. Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting my name on the police affidavit? So the only reason why somebody would not want to be on a police affidavit is if they have another problem with law, or if they have another problem that they're trying to resolve with somebody else in like a civil suit or like a civil court.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who gives a shit? You're on an affidavit. Has nothing to do with charges, has nothing to do with like pretty much anything. It's a public, but it's like we're announcing to the public that you were here, you did this, you did that. I get it. She didn't do what they were saying, but you just don't like. I'm a regular human. I live a regular life. I'm not. If somebody, I wouldn't even know if somebody put me on a police affidavit. Would you?
Nope.
So how do you know so quickly, unless you're watching for yourself to be put onto a police affidavit?
Well, that was from the first time when Molly went on the property. So they might have seen the affidavit by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is you're searching for it. You're not. If it didn't matter to you, who gives a shit? It's an affidavit. It's not a. It's an affidavit. Yeah, you could be pressed charges against, but the only person that's going to be looking for an affidavit is somebody that's paranoid or somebody that has something to lose because you're on an affidavit.
Right.
That's my opinion. I mean.
Okay, we can play the video.
Right. I just wanted to stop it there because that was important to say. So, continuing.
Put on that property, but Marissa, why are you mentioning Olivia's name, Jonathan's name, or my name in a police affidavit when we did nothing but stand on public property? Where's your daughter, Don? I mean, you asked for help. You wanted to meet us. You were willing to meet us. What happened? Will you call me back? Hey, Don. Spoke to Marissa. She said she had an opportunity to speak with you last night, and this is Andra, aka Bullhorn Betty, and I just saw an article that you guys are blaming the crew for coming up and banging on doors and windows, and as you know, the only person that did that was Marissa. So if you filed a report, a criminal allegation, stating under penalty of perjury that Olivia, Jonathan, and myself also did that, you just filed a false report, a false police report, and we can prove it because I have it videoed from down the road.
Okay, these.
Okay, I'm going to remove it.
So thoughts?
Isn't that crazy? I didn't hear that second one. I heard the first one earlier, but not the second one.
I have not heard that second one, but everything I said about the first one was clarified in the second one. And I haven't seen that. That's the first. Thank you, Akuna, because that clarifies kind of my mentality of thinking.
Yeah, she's definitely seems frustrated for her to even just say that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a police affidavit. It means nothing.
Right.
All it is it's a police report. And then the
but
affidavit means
that I think that she's having like somebody said earlier in the chat, she's getting a little frustrated with Molly at this point.
Well, there's a good point. Akuna, here, I can't show the thing, but Akuna said that Lady CG, if she is on probation or something, she might not be allowed to leave the state, and this will violate her. Or if you're in a divorce battle, which I don't know, I haven't watched her enough to understand, but I know at the beginning, I'd have to go back and read some things. But if you're in like a divorce dispute and not about custody of the kids or anything like that, but just her and her husband, I guess, from what I gathered, and this is me speaking my opinion, have like lived together for out of the best interest of the kids. But as you can see on the records, there is the little not so clear things on there. But I don't know how to say it. It's like a shame on you, Don, for adding me to this damn shit. Now now this thing that I'm dealing with over here is going to be all fucked up in like a nice way. I don't know how else to explain it to people, but a police affidavit is kind of where they tell the facts of the charges that are about to happen or the charges that aren't. So just because it says that they went up onto the property, it may not be true. It's the investigators to figure that out. But that's the
first video.
Yeah, they never went on. She never went on the property.
Right, she didn't know.
Nor did the other ones that they listed. So
right.
And she's clearing her name, but there's no reason to clear your name because there's video to back it up. And it's out there. They already know nothing's going to happen. But the thing is why is it relevant to you? Everybody already saw it. So why are you making a big deal about it?
Exactly. Truth for All, you can drop your link. I know Truth for All has a few really good videos on his channel as well. If you guys want to check those out and give him some views and some likes. He actually has really good videos and he works really hard on them. I don't know if he's still in the chat.
Well, and then comment, Michelle, that's a very good statement. Andra doesn't have kids. She adopted her hubby's kids, I think. Well, even if that's true, they're still adopted kids. They're still your own kids. You grew up with them. You
Or
taught
raise
them life
them.
lessons. They're still your kids.
I think I know what she means though. They're like I mean, there's not really a difference, but there's a difference when you have your own kids. It's a
Yeah.
little different.
No, I see both sides of it.
Hmm. I don't know. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna mute for a second.
They're fine. There was Michelle, right? Well, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. She probably views things a little differently, which is a good point. Um, I look at things one way and then I get told something else, and then I see the other side. Is I'm my mind runs 100 miles an hour, so sometimes before I speak, I don't think. So it's a very good observation.
Okay. Truth for All dropped his link. If you guys wanna, oh, a couple people dropped it, but this is his channel. I'm gonna. Okay. Should be pinned to the top. If you guys want to check out, he has really, really, really good videos that he pieced a lot of things together, and a lot of footage that hasn't really been seen. I mean, I guess it's been seen now in different videos, but here we go.
Oh, there.
Got
You're
another
really
sub
going
right here.
fast there for a minute.
Me?
Yeah, but I
Oh,
think it's
yeah,
when
I'm dropping out again.
no, I think when I mute and I turn off my camera. Well, I turned off my YouTube that was up on the other screen, so I think it like made it speed up or something.
Yeah. I think my computer is just acting up right now. So I'm probably going to end this live now. And, I'll probably talk to you in the Discord. But
You're
I'm
good.
going to end this live.
Good. I'm gonna go.
And
You can finish
you
with
can
your
hear
people.
me?
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you can
Okay.
finish with your people. I'm gonna leave. Okay.
Okay. Okay. You guys hear me good? Or am I freezing again? Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Yeah, I'm having issues, guys. I don't know if you can hear me.